Chapter 104. Pervert 3. Everyone who obtained the scales was extremely vigilant. Many malicious gazes were hidden among them, filled with greed. They obtained the item, but it was hard to say if they could keep it. Soon, as everyone spread out rapidly, many disciples were targeted. Some gazes swept at Xu Qing too, but perhaps because he had gained some fame. After killing Qing Yunzi a few days ago, those gazes hesitated and didn't act rashly. Xu Qing coldly watched all of this and left this place. He then warily returned to his berth. After confirming that it was safe, he took out his magic boat. While staring at it, he thought of the Third Highness' gigantic ship. The difference between the two was too great. Xu Qing fell silent for a moment but didn't step onto the magic boat to cultivate. Instead, he kept the magic boat and turned to walk toward the shops opened by the Sixth Peak's disciples. He was prepared to refine his magic boat. After he found a shop, he took out the scale and the fishbone that Zhongsen had given him, and paid the refining fee. The Sixth Peak's disciple, who was going to refine it, told him that it would be finished in the time it took an incense stick to burn. While waiting, Xu Qing looked at the various miscellaneous items displayed in the shop. Most of them were materials from living creatures, and each of them was extremely valuable. Among them, Xu Qing saw a piece of lizard skin and asked the staff at the side. He learned that it actually cost 150 spirit stones per piece. So expensive, although he was mentally prepared, and knew that cultivation resources were expensive, Xu Qing was still surprised by the price. This is the shed skin of a 5th level Czech condensation sea lizard. Such complete skin is hard to come by. It's quite strong. The shop assistant glanced at Xu Qing from the corner of his eyes and explained. Xu Qing silently retracted his gaze. After scanning through all the items, his gaze landed on a heart the size of a human head. This heart was contained in a crystal bottle and was still beating slowly. This is the heart of a dragon beard beast. Although it can't reach the level of powering foundation building realm magic boats, it's enough to act as the power source for normal magic boats. The staff explained, but Xu Qing didn't ask about the price. He knew very well that such a power source was usually exaggeratedly expensive. In short, the prices of all the biological materials were extremely ridiculous. Xu Qing sighed inwardly as he felt that his savings were insignificant. By the time he finished looking at the items, his spirit boat had been refined. When the shopkeeper passed the small bottle to him, Xu Qing immediately saw that the magic boat in the bottle was somewhat different from before. Not only was it larger, but there was also a scale-like totem on it. He infused his spirit energy into it and sensed it. He realized that not only was there a change in its outer appearance, but the sturdiness of the magic boat had also increased by a level. Xu Qing nodded in satisfaction and left after expressing his gratitude, heading straight for the harbor. He planned to test it. As Xu Qing neared the harbor and returned to his berth, he released the magic boat after confirming that the surroundings were safe. As the light shone, a boat with a length of 70 to 80 feet and a width of over 10 feet appeared in front of Xu Qing. The boat was densely covered with clear-looking scale totems. Compared to before, the current magic boat was even more savage, and the feeling of being a giant crocodile was even more intense. This was especially so for the crocodile-headed statue. The fishbone embedded in it formed gusts of wind that continued to circle it. One could imagine that once it erupted, its speed would be much faster than before. All of this caused Xu Qing's eyes to glow. If I have a large number of spirit stones and materials, what will my magic boat become? I need to earn money, Xu Qing mumbled.